Today, I want to talk about the Age of Empire. I played it for about 10 hours so far. Is it worth buying or not? I'd like to share my own feelings. There are 4 campaigns so far. The Norman 100 Years' War, Mongolia, the Empire, the Rise of Moscow. There are several levels in each campaign. And this time it's supposed to be all about historical battles. I've only played 5 missions of the Norman campaign so far. But unfortunately, the official version doesn't have a Chinese campaign at the moment. I don't know if it will be available later or if it will be included in the DLC. The modes are not only campaign mode. There are also skirmishes. It's like an encounter. I feel that the historical battle scenes will be a bit larger than the encounter. The size of the troops you control is also more. The game is more comfortable to play as you grow and develop. Speaking of AI, don't underestimate it. The computer is quite powerful. The computer will always be bothering you. The most important thing I've learned is that AI will find your weaknesses and attack. I'm a farming player. I like to fence off areas. I like to fence off places and the defending enemy. He'll come to your side. It's ridiculous. There was a map with a rolling mountain range. I built a line of walls on it. The computer was looking for the biggest breakthrough and kept coming at me. When I got mad, I just built big arrow towers outside. The outposts were up and he wouldn't come. He'd go somewhere else and sneak up on me. The Chinese Empire gameplay is very complicated. There are trade routes throughout the game. In addition to maritime trade, you can actually trade on the road as well. Find a neutral trader. Then you can build your own market. Train your trading team and you can trade with them. If you have a teammate who has also built a market, you can also trade with him. So it feels like China is a very complicated setting. There are a lot of tactics and ways to play. But there are a few issues I'd like to address. The Song Dynasty's Zhuzh crossbow featured soldiers in the setting. China needs 2 landmarks to enter a distinctive dynasty. Then you can build buildings and troops that are characteristic of the dynasty. But the Song Dynasty's distinctive Zhuzh crossbow soldier feels a bit drastic when placed here. Because the Zhuzh crossbow soldier cannot be used against armored soldiers. In other words, they are actually used against basic soldiers. But if you think about it, if you can move up to the 2nd era, by the time you get to the Song Dynasty, it takes 2 more landmarks. Most of the enemies are already likely to enter the 3-era fortress era. The Zhuzh crossbow is not in line with the rhythm of the entire game. As far as I'm concerned, I feel that either the Zhuzh crossbow soldier become the initial skilled soldiers of the Tang Dynasty, or the Zhuzh crossbow soldier has the same position as the crossbow soldier itself. I don't know if other players playing the game have felt the point of this. I've always felt that the Zhuzh crossbow is a little bit of a loser. I used the Zhuzh crossbow to fight others. It always felt like doing no damage. Moreover, each civilization has a mastery here. As you play more and complete these mastery missions, you can also unlock some decorations. Finally, there is something I feel uncomfortable with. The main problem of this game is the lack of precision. First of all, the precision of the operation options. The precision of the unit is not high enough. For example, if you choose a farmer to go to a gathering the corpses of the fat sheep on the ground, sometimes he may not be able to get it. The accuracy is not particularly high. Sometimes he doesn't know if he's collecting wood. The mission objectives in the game are to destroy enemy landmarks for victory. But as you play through the game, the landmarks are not particularly well identified. You often need to distinguish them for a while. Later on, the city grows and grows. It's not the kind of situation where you look at it and you know it's a landmark. So as far as the landmark model is concerned, it still needs to be further identified. Then there's the issue of small map accuracy. The map is not particularly large. It's crowded with 8 players. And the terrain is relatively complex. But here in the large maps, some details on the map are not clearly visible. I think it needs to be optimized properly. It's really hard to find resources on the map when there are more people. It is very difficult to find resources on the map. Finally, Some advice for newcomers. If you have never played Age of Empires before, you can start by playing Politics in single player, which is a basic training level. You will be rewarded for completing it. You will also learn the basic rules of the Age of Empires. For example, the basic rules of the lance against lance, spears against cavalry, archers against infantry, cavalry against sappers. I know a lot of players will be like me and start playing with the Chinese straight away. But to be honest, the Chinese is more complicated than you might think. This is even after I've played a few times to understand the basic. I really think that the current 3-star difficulty civilization is perfect for playing defensive maps. Don't ask if you're a veteran of the series. Just buy it. If you're a new player, what I have to tell you is that RTS games have a learning cost involved. You can't expect to get good at it quickly. But if you get it right, you can still feel the fun of RTS. That is all I want to say. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Peace out.